in India, we have a problem. The issue is we have very low literacy rates. According to 2011 census, 74.04% of Indians are literates. The literate population might know basic reading and writing, but they might not be knowing the better things in the education system. Coming to legal literacy, most of the Indians don't have the awareness of their rights and legal system and the recourse to the legal system. In this perspective, the Law Ministry recently initiated some programs. As you all know, Article 39 capital A, Article 39 of the Indian Constitution deals with equal justice and free legal aid. Article 39A of the Indian Constitution deals with free legal aid and equal justice. Based on Article 39 capital A, National Legal Services Authority Act 1987 was passed. Based on Article 39 capital A, National Legal Services Authority Act 1987 was passed. And based on National Legal Services Authority Act, Lok Adalats were constituted. Lok Adalats, people's courts for speedy justice. And recently, to expedite judicial reforms, as you all know, Government of India has started a mission mode project called e-courts. Government of India started a mission mode project called e-courts. Further judicial reforms were initiated by the Ministry of Law and Justice for better legal system in India and for better justice delivery system in India. For better legal system in India and for better justice delivery system in India. Minister of Law and Justice Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad in April 2017 appealed to lawyers and others to participate and improve the justice delivery system and make the common man to aware of the basic rights, and nobody should be deprived of basic justice just because of his socio-economic background. In India, if you see, the women, children, vulnerable sections, disabled, old people, they are all denied of justice, particularly timely justice. So to provide them legal help and to give them timely justice, Government of India have initiated 3 important programs last year. It have initiated 3 important programs. Department of Justice along with National Legal Services Authority, NALSA, have initiated these programs. The first program is Pro Bono Legal Services. The first program is Pro Bono Legal Services. Pro Bono Legal Services means, pro bono means doing voluntarily without taking a charge. That is called Pro Bono. Pro Bono Legal Services. The Pro Bono Legal Services initiative is a web-based platform. It is a web-based platform through which interested lawyers can register themselves. The interested lawyers can register themselves to volunteer pro bono services. To volunteer pro bono services for underprivileged litigants. Underprivileged means those who are in the vulnerable category. Might be women, might be Dalits, might be from the calamities or human rights victims. For all these people, the lawyers can register in this pro bono legal services web-based platform, and they can make a difference in their lives by giving legal support to them. Those who cannot afford, those who cannot pay the fee, pro bono legal services can be given. The Department of Justice has launched the online platform. For this initiative, doj.gov.in, doj.gov.in. Through this online portal, litigants from marginalized communities, including SCs, STs, women, children, senior citizens, low-income persons, and disabled people, can apply legal aid and advice from pro bono lawyers. All vulnerable sections, deprived sections, underprivileged sections can apply pro bono services from the lawyers, and this volunteering will not go unrecognized. Definitely the pro bono lawyers will be recognized, and pro bono legal services right now the government is planning to institutionalize. It is something private and semi-formal. Now government is going to have a particular platform for pro bono legal services, and this aim of the government, this program of the government is going to fulfill government's aim of Article 39A, providing legal services for all. This program is going to fulfill the government's aim of Article 39A, providing legal services for all. This is called pro bono legal services. And the second program is tele-law. The second program is tele-law. Tele, T-E-L-E. Tele means it is something to telephone. Tele means distant, from distant places. If you take some advice, it is called tele-law. Through the tele-law initiative, the Department of Justice and NALSA, the DOJ, Department of Justice and NALSA, are partnering with Common Service Centers, Government E-Governance Service Program, and they will give legal aid from distant places to underprivileged communities. Legal aid to the underprivileged communities through distance mode. How? The state legal services authorities, the lawyers who are registered under this, will be stationed at state legal services authorities, and they will give expert advice to the people who contact them. They will give expert advice to the people who contact them. The project will connect lawyers with the clients through video conferencing. Tele-law project will connect lawyers with the clients through video conferencing. You should remember the word video conference. Video conferencing facilities will be given by Common Service Centers. For this purpose, 1,000 women legal practitioners, para-legal volunteers, 1,000 women para-legal volunteers are also participating. Basically, they will get registration, and then through video conferencing, they will take the advice, tele-law. And some suggestions online is basically through video conferencing, and they can contact the lawyer over phone also. The last and most important this year exam is Nyaya Mitra scheme. Nyaya Mitra scheme. First, we should remember a point. This scheme is applicable to district courts and lower courts only, not to the High Court and Supreme Court. Nyaya Mitra scheme will be applicable to district court and lower court only, not to the Supreme Court. At present, in India today, in the district courts and lower judiciary, 2.4 crore cases are pending. At the district court and the lower judiciary, 2.4 crore cases are pending. And of which more than 10% of the cases are more than 10 years old. It is a very underestimation. Okay. Many cases are more than 10 years old. As you all know, delayed justice is nothing but denied justice. Justice delayed is nothing but justice denied. 10 years old cases. Collective action and efforts are needed. Collective action and efforts are needed to end these judicial delays. In this context, Nyaya Mitra scheme was inaugurated. Nyaya Mitra scheme was inaugurated. Nyaya Mitra scheme is aimed at reducing the pendency of cases. Nyaya Mitra scheme is aimed at reducing the pendency of cases across selected districts. With a special focus on the schemes, with a special focus on the cases, pending more than 10 years. Nyaya Mitras are retired judicial or executive officers. A retired judicial, district judge retired or lower judge retired, or IAS officer retired, IPS officer retired, or class 1 officer retired, they will be designated as Nyaya Mitra. The Nyaya Mitra project would be operated. Out of district facilitation centers. And Nyaya Mitras, the district facilitation centers are located in common service centers. Nyaya Mitra's responsibilities would be to include undue delay in investigation and trial, active identification of cases through National Judicial Data Grid, provide legal services and connecting district legal services authorities, common service centers, etc. And Nyaya Mitras can also refer cases to Lok Adalats. And they can also suggest prison reforms. So, Nyaya Mitras is going to be a very important thing. Under Section 12 of Legal Services Authority Act, Department of Justice is going to maintain a database of lawyers. Department of Justice is going to create a database of lawyers willing to provide their services to the litigants. Pro bono means public good. These are the 3 schemes mentioned in the new legal reforms.